What's up, YouTube? We got yet another Yo-Yo review to do. Yeah, I know, I'm banging these things out. This is the Yoyofriends Raytracer. So, Yoyofriends Raytracer is a new Yoyofriends release coming out very soon. Yoyofriends has released a lot of good yo-yos lately, but they recently just started sponsoring people, including my friend Ollie from over there. I think Ollie's from Ohio, but I've met Ollie several. He's at like every contest. He's the best kid. He's like a little blonde kid. He's like this big, and he's like the coolest dude ever. He's now a sponsored player, so you could see him throwing this stuff on his Instagram as well. But this is their like next, like this is their sort of competition bimetal. This is the pure, no nonsense, no BS competition bimetal. And this was designed with some help from my friend and pit student, Mr. Danny Yu. Danny helped design this, and I actually got to play a prototype of this that Danny has before I got this one. So I got to touch it a little bit, get some background knowledge. Let's get into this. So diameter of the yo-yo, 56.25 millimeters. It is 45.5 millimeters wide and weighs in at 65 grams. Now this is a pretty wide yo-yo. I would say this sort of would fit into the same category as, say, the Charm would. I'd say it's sort of like that. I think the Charm was maybe a touch wider with maybe a smaller diameter, but it's kind of got that wide competition shape, bimetal, all power, lots of power, just solid, long spinning, very stable. You want to use this to compete. This is a no-nonsense competition yo-yo, and it doesn't care if you think that. Clearly just about as standard a W shape as you can get. Cool little cut in there. I like that aesthetically. I think that looks good. I think it feels good. Gives you kind of almost that little V vibe. Very capable for just about everything. Nothing to get in your way. I like the engraving there. You can't even feel it. That's really nice. And you kind of get a little ridge around the ends there to be able to finger spin around. Also cool. Stainless steel ring, it sits in there in the cup, so if you bang it off something, you're only banging aluminum. You're not going to knock the ring loose unless you dent the cup or something, but it's pretty smooth yo-yo as well, especially for bimetals are hard to get like super dead smooth. Like this was super dead smooth. Bimetals are hard to get this smooth. Here it is next to the duck. As you can see, it is a super monstrous wide yo-yo. Very unapologetically competition shaped. So really cool. Very just straight up, this is a competition yo-yo, period. It's not fun. Well, it is fun. I mean, it's fun to play yo-yo, right? It's not meant to be, you know, sort of a like everyday carry or whatever. I mean, this is like this is a serious yo-yo for serious competitive play. This stands up to all of those serious competitive yo-yos that serious competitive yo-yo players play, and now the Yoyofriends team is getting some serious competitors on it, and they needed a sort of flagship model competition yo-yo for 2019, and the Raytracer is it. So let's talk a little bit about what Yoyofriends is. Yoyofriends is basically the shop FPM, but it's their yo-yo company. It's basically a team-run company. The team talks to FPM. FPM makes the yo-yos, sponsors the team. The team plays the yo-yos, tries to sell, well, you know, sells the yo-yos because they're playing the yo-yos, and FPM machines them. So top quality machining you get in with them because they're coming from FPM. And really, this is a top quality yo-yo as far as competition bimetals are concerned. This fits the mold of competition bimetal, and it's cool that they have one out now for their team that's now growing and is very competition based. Especially, I think they've got a lot of overseas Asian competitive players, and this is kind of right up those guys' alley. I'm pretty sure they probably had kind of helped in the saying of what they wanted to get. But let's go ahead and throw it around a little bit. I'll show you guys what this thing can do. Okay, we are back with the Yoyofriends Raytracer. On first throw, you're going to notice how powerful this thing is. Not so much heavy, but it's got a lot of just rim weight and rim power. It's got a lot of those 65 grams on there, so it's not trying to go any faster than I want it to go, but it is. It's a little. It feels almost a little heavy on the string. That's not a criticism. That's just sort of how it feels, because that's how bimetals with a lot of power feel to me. A little heavy on the string, but it's not heavy. It's only like, what, 65 grams? Which is a pretty average weight. It's not super light, but it's also pretty big. It's a pretty wide yo-yo with a pretty wide diameter. Response is reliable. It allows you for a lot of wraps, though. It's a pretty wide gap. So I'm feeling no drag. You've got like 5 or 6 wraps in there. So definitely good for like a lot of like deep techie tricks with lots of wraps and stuff. Something that's going to be able, that you're going to be able to do that kind of stuff with without any worry of it snagging, but it's still going to bind and get back to you. Grind finish is very nice. It's very smooth on the grinds as well. And then, because of all that rim power, still has tons of power to get back into your next combo after your grind, and then bind as well. Maneuvers very nicely as well. Kind of just bounces off the string. It's a little bit wide, so if you're trying to get into tight spaces, you know, if tight techie stuff is your thing, this isn't necessarily for that. It's more like it's a wider yo-yo sort of to catch bangers. But rejects very nicely as well. It just handles everything you want to throw at it. Ease of use is probably, you know, one of the biggest things I think in a competition yo-yo, and this is an easy yo-yo to use. The yo-yo itself is not going to hinder your performance in any way, shape, or form. It is a wide yo-yo that's easy to catch, easy to use, spins a long time, and is very stable. Black's also a good color too. Always a good color though. Figure spins very well. And the bind is also not so bad. You can thumb grind it, but it's got that, yeah, with the ring on the inside, don't recommend thumb grinding it. That always feels gross to me, with that grinding along your thumbnail. That feels gross to me. I don't think stainless steel, like polished stainless steel, feels good on my thumb. If the lip's big enough, you can do it. I just don't want to, because it's gross to me. Very reliable response. I mean, overall, just about as solid of a competition yo-yo as you can get. Let's go ahead and we'll take it apart, and I'll show you guys the insides, and we'll do pros and cons. Alright, we are back with the Yoyofriends Raytracer. Let's take this bad boy apart. Like I said, FPM machined it, so it's machined pretty solidly. Decent size axle in there. I'm not really I'm not really concerned if it's stripping or anything. It came apart very nicely. Center track bearing spins very long, very smooth, very nice. No worries there. Standard sort of silicone pad fits in that groove perfectly. Doesn't stick up at all. They really pay a lot of attention to detail when at Yoyofriends. So you really get a top quality yo-yo here. As you can see, this sort of concaves just a hair, and that's really to kind of reduce drag if you're going to do horizontal stuff, which I don't do, but that's sort of what that's for. It just concaves just a hair to kind of reduce a little bit of drag, which is cool. And then that rounds over just ever so slightly to keep from getting that ping, ping, ping sound as you're popping the yo-yo off the string. So that is a nice attention to detail as well, but otherwise it's very, you know, keep it simple, stupid, just straight to the point competition yo-yo. Which is it's nice to see. I like when companies do this, because it's like, here's a good yo-yo, throw the good yo-yo. It's for competitions, and that's really what this is. And this will play very well for their sponsored players, and for you as well if you decide to pick one up, because it's a hell of a yo-yo. Pros and cons. Pros: grind finish is good. They do a good job. I feel like ever since I started like harping on companies' grind finishes, everybody's been doing a good grind finish. So kudos to that. I really like that you can't feel the engraving at all. Like, you don't even know it's there. Thumb grinds are great. Well, thumb grinds could be great, but I don't like the feel of metal on my finger, like the feel of stainless steel on my thumb. But easy to thumb grind, easy to finger spin, easy to grind. Comes off the string great, nice and wide, easy to catch, great for bangers. Like I said, I feel like, what was it? It was Evan that said, you know, Evan DeGale said to me, you know, wide yo-yos, that's what you want for bangers. That's the way to go. All the bangers on the wide yo-yos. So clearly, wide, big diameter, super stable. Gonna be great for those bangers, those competition bangers that get the crowd to pop. Because that's what you want, man. You want the crowd to pop. Love the shape, love the feel. Really just overall, very solid yo-yo. I have no idea what this is going to cost. I would imagine it's going to be about $100. Maybe a little bit less. I don't remember what the other one was. Maybe it was like $79. Hold on, let's figure this out. So depending on where you get it, the YoYoFriends yo-yos tend to be between like $90 and $120 for the bimetals. I think that's what the hummingbirds have been. So if history is to show is to repeat itself, I would say this is going to be somewhere between $90 and $120, which is a very fair price for this. I think it fits perfectly into the category with, like I said, the charm, which I think was is $120. I think this is a very much yo-yo similar to that sort of play style and just overall ability and competition-ness. So very cool yo-yo. I hope they do very well with this. Definitely something you guys should check out when they drop. Hopefully they drop soon. I think this is a great yo-yo, and this would be a cool yo-yo to see as competitions are starting to roll up. East Coast Masters is coming up in March. It'll be a cool yo-yo to see. I think you'll see this yo-yo a lot in competition this year because it really is really good. It's a very solid yo-yo and performs phenomenally. Like I said, ease of use is big with this, and this thing plays great, and it's a great yo-yo. No complaints at all, no cons. Great competition yo-yo. Solid release from YoYoFriends. So make sure you guys check it out. Check the links in the description where you can go follow YoYoFriends and do all that stuff. But thank you to YoYoFriends. Shout out for this yo-yo. Nice job over there, guys. But my friend Danny helped you, so I'm just gonna say that, you know, he learned everything he knows from me. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Danny. Danny, you're the best. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers to you. I'll see you next time.